Good morning and welcome to my channel, Dave Racing GT. Here we'll be focused on racing content, specifically Gran Turismo 7, but we will expand our horizons if the channel grows. For our first race, we'll be taking a trip to Dragon's Tail, a fictional complex based on Croatia. As you can see, I'm driver rated E, so expect maximum memes. Our weapon of choice will be the 458 Italia grid form racing car. I've opted for Ferrari Sunshine Yellow, hoping that the good vibes are enough to secure the dub. So let's get started. Having only completed one practice lap prior to this, we're starting off in a pretty terrible 9th position. Coming into the first corner here, we actually take it quite wide due to cold tyres or perhaps a lack of talent, and 10th place Subaru smashes into the side of us. However, we retain our composure and keep our 9th place. Coming into the next section of the track here, a technical left followed by a right, we actually managed to take quite a decent line and close the gap to the pack in front, despite the curb at the end here almost spinning us into the wall. We used a superior momentum to close the gap between us and 8th place Ali Racing and the spicy coloured green McLaren. We decide that we're going to dip in the inside here and perform a cheeky dive bomb. Can we take this position? And the answer is no. Ali keeps it on the outside. Employing ghost mode, we actually hit him, but he maintains his 8th place. However, the Ferrari's superior straight line speed comes in the inside and takes that 8th place back. See you later, Ali. Coming up to sweeping rights and lefts here, Matten in front in 7th position in another McLaren, white this time, is struggling with traction it seems. And when I'm just planning to make a move in Matten, guess who comes back in the inside? You guessed it, it's Ali Racing with the green McLaren here, pushing us wide. Ali really is taking no prisoners here. It's all up to us again to get that 8th place back. We're coming up to the penultimate straights. We decide to duck in Ali's inside again. He's leaving that door open. We decide, can we outbrake Ali coming into the final corner? However, Ali decides to give us a little cheeky love tap in the back and we smash into his compatriot there, Matten. However, coming out of the final corner, both him and the Ferrari take a terrible line and we leave them in the dust. See you later, Ali. Having completed the first of 4 laps here, we're coming into the first corner again, sweeping left-hand turn, and once again I go wide. However, we still manage to close the distance between us and 5th place. Coming into the technical section here, I can see the Alfa Romeo in front is struggling for some traction following an interesting line into this technical section. Having survived the final curb of death, we begin to close the distance here on 5th place. This is when I noticed that he is in fact a fan because of the words of encouragement he's put up as a livery on the side of his car. We take 5th place from the Alfa Romeo. Coming into the hairpin, can we actually outbrake him? No, we can't. This being an E driver rated lobby, I was quite cautious there. I left the door open and of course he came sweeping in the dive bomb. Having taken 5th place back, the Alfa Romeo was defensive here on the middle sector of the track, taking the inside line and preventing the cutback. It was only as we moved into the sweeping left here that I seen that the blue Ferrari in front has actually gone off the track, so we both move up 1 position. We actually get quickest sector here as well as we watch 4th place Alfa Romeo go wide as we nip in the inside and take that 4th place. Looking forward a lap here, not much changes. However, we see that the yellow AMG in 3rd place, driven by American Sanchez, spins off. We take that 3rd position. Nothing else changes between that and the end of the race, and we finish up in 3rd position. A 6th place improvement is not a bad return for the first race. However, we don't stop there. Looking forward to the next race, we switch up our colour of the Ferrari to Ferrari red. That should at least double the speed of our car. We also perform a qualifying session, which means we start off in 1st place by over 7/10 of a second. This race should be interesting. However, there's actually just one problem, and that is it actually wasn't very interesting. And if I actually want to have followers and subscribers to this channel, I soon realised I'm going to have to switch it up here. As we can see, we move it ahead a whole lap and we've pulled a 2.5 second lead here. Exhilarating stuff indeed. Move it forward to the end of lap 2 and it's only increased to 3.6. We got the best lap of 1.42.8 and we finished with a 5-second lead. Yip-dee-doo. Having had enough of basking in the glory of winning E-driver rated lobbies, we move forward with the final race of the video in a D-rated lobby. I know, we're hitting the big time now. We're starting off in 1st place again, Second to fourth are American, fifth place is Argentinian, and sixth, seventh and eighth are Americans as well. Keep a special eye on fourth place Rafa and eighth that Ginger, who both feature heavily in this video. In the bottom right hand corner you may notice as well that I'm taking the traction control to 0 because I'm feeling extra spicy for this race. I'm also putting the brake balance 4 to the rear to increase rotation, as this GTR can sometimes be one chunky boy. And just when things were looking up, fate would have it that I'm struck down with an ill ECM. On the dash displayed an ECM overcooked message, and I had to pull over safely to the left hand side of the road in order for the guys in the pits to assess the situation. However, it didn't take them long before they were able to upload a new ECM to my car, and I'm able to rejoin the race again. Isn't that lucky? Beginning with the first left hand turn here, we start off at 15th position and we see 14th in front of us is a Porsche. Let's see, can we close the gap through this technical section? It doesn't take us long to catch up with the group in front as they're battling. Using superior momentum, we go around the outside of 14th to take that 14th position. See you later, Mr. Porsche. Now we're behind 13th position, Audi TT, and guess who it is? It's that Ginger. We're deciding whether to dive bomb up the inside of him, or perhaps we will play it safe. We go with the safe option, and it works out well as both that Ginger and the 12th place driver, Savage and fellow GTR, grew wide. However, the GTR driver does manage to maintain his 12th position, so we're right on behind him here, coming into the middle section of the track. And this is where Savage performs quite an interesting manoeuvre here. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. See you later, Mr. Savage. Thank you very much for the 12th position. Looking ahead here, we're now in 12th. There's a yellow flag as a driver has spun off the track, and we move into 11th position. Coming into the middle sector of the track here, the 4 right hand turns, I can see a purple Nissan Silva in front. Quite an interesting looking car. However, I can't spend too long thinking about him, as we get a yellow flag and we see on the right hand side there's a McLaren slowed down for suspicious circumstances. I cautiously move in the inside here, attempt to take him, and well, he performs an interesting manoeuvre to say the least. Not sure if the space was there, but he went for it. However, we managed to keep our line, recover and keep the 10th position. If you look in the bottom right, you can actually see he's inside of us at the moment. However, the GTR's superior straight line speed soon puts him to bed. We begin closing the distance here on 9th place Nissan Silva. Great in the corners, but not great in a straight line. We're moving the inside. Oh, we almost go into the back of him. We keep our composure though, as we decide to move on the outside and try and take the position here. The Silva has the inside line. We actually take 9th place to another spin driver. I can't come across, and I actually lose both positions to both our friend Rafa and the Nissan driver. Serious racecraft on show here. We can see Rafa has a 3-second penalty, which really goes to show his exemplary racecraft. Clean racing here in front as Rafa sweeps around, no contact made there. We go off-roading here, Colin McRae rally. Rafa leaves plenty of room. I'm quite cautious of this guy, so I give him plenty of room on the inside. Coming across then, Rafa does sweep in front of us. I'm quite cautious here that he has a 3-second penalty, and he's shown that he's not exactly the cleanest driver. We come into the middle sector of the track here, and we're getting quite a good line, and so do the drivers in front. We're holding on to this 9th place. Rafa brakes late, and we almost go to the back of him, and as a consequence we do go wide. However, we still manage to gain a position as the Argentinian does spin off. That is a tricky corner. We can see that Rafa is almost at the penalty point where he's going to be forced to slow down again for the 2nd consecutive lap. Unlucky Rafa. We will see you later, and we will take that 7th position. Thank you very much. I'm quite conscious here to get around this final corner before Rafa decides to explore the physical boundaries of our cars once again. I take a decent line, looking forward to 6th place. I see his line isn't as great. We get superior traction and we begin closing in on 6th place, which is McLaren. We should notice that we begin to gain here as we have superior straight line speed. Moving through the straights here, we move into a 3rd or 4th lap. We put in a good time. Coming into the left sweeping turn again, we get a decent line, closing the gap once again. I do find that the GTR performs well on this track despite not being a meta car. Coming into the technical section here of a sharp left and right hand turn, we can see surprisingly that both McLarens in front are struggling for grip and traction. We use the superior straight line speed to nip in the inside of 6th place and take the position off the silver McLaren. We're beginning to catch up on 5th place, the orange McLaren. We're using our superior straight line speed, thinking about a dive bomb, decide to play it safe, but then no we don't. We actually end up getting sandwiched between 2 McLarens. Hold on to your hats, everybody. We used a superior straight line speed and traction coming out of the hairpin there to hold on and actually take 5th place. However, this is when the McLaren boys decide to team up with me and give me 2 healthy love taps there, followed by an extra dose right here. However, we just about are able to spare our blushes and keep ourselves out of the gravel, but we do lose 3 positions. However, viewer, try not to be disheartened, because this is where things do get interesting. Coming around the 4 cornered points here, we can see that the 3 begin to immediately battle, and I'm looking for opportunities here to get these positions back. Coming up to the penultimate straights here, I'm thinking, can I take the Audi TT in the inside? What's going to happen here? However, my choice is made when the Audi TT decides to take a very wide line here, and I just nip in the inside. It's very nip and tuck here, trying not to make contact. I see the orange McLaren is really squaring for traction in front. We decide to use a superior traction and speed to nip in the inside once again. See you later. Coming into the final lap now, we move into 6th position. Not bad from 15th. 1 lap to go. First corner here, left sweep a hand turn. We close the distance again to this 5th place silver McLaren. We know he seems to struggle on this technical section, so we're going to try and make the most of this here. Let's see how he does. He actually breaks on point, however his line is absolutely terrible. We decide, well, we get the cutback here, but he actually positions himself quite well defensively, so we have to carry the momentum and stick to the outside. However, we're too much for him, and we see him later. As we move into the second half of the last lap, I see the positions 1 to 4 are probably just too far of a reach for us at the moment. We come around the hairpin here, and we actually behind us, you see we almost are collided with the back. Very interesting moves there indeed. Welcome to D-rated lobbies. Coming into the middle technical section of the track, we've got a right hand turn followed by a left, followed by 2 very tricky corners. I find if we move out to the curb and just clip the right hand curb here, coming into the hardest corner of the track, you have to clip this curb, get the rotation and accelerate at the right time, making sure not to overshoot and travel into the gravel. Coming into the 4 corners here, this is also very tricky, and I actually don't do a good job at taking these corners here this time around. Going over the curb too much here and actually nearly going out of the lines here. Coming down the penultimate straights, it looks like we're going to hold on to a very respectable 5th place here, which would be a 10 place improvement. Very respectable indeed. Coming around the penultimate corner here, bit of a hairpin, first corner, then the second. We get the rotation just right, and it looks like we're going to hold on to that 5th place. If you've actually managed to make it through the entire video, I just wish to wish you a very big thank you. It's very much appreciated. And if you liked the video, please feel free to give it a like. If you didn't, a dislike, and a comment where you think I could improve. And again, if you feel you want to subscribe and see more content, please hit the bell icon and click subscribe. Thank you very much, and until next time, take care.